Hello everyone, this is your girl Noelle, aka Sweets, coming at you at the Green Box, my favorite hydroponic place. So since I was here, I just thought I'd bring you along, and let's go on in. Hi Adam, how are you?
Morning. How's it going, Noelle?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing okay. You know, it's a nice day out there finally. So, yay for spring.
So what kind of wisdom could you place on me right now?
Well, I mean, I could give your viewers a little bit of a rundown of exactly what hydroponics is. Essentially, what hydroponics is growing plants without soil. Soil itself provides nutrients to your plants, and that is where your plants are getting their food and energy from. In hydroponics, you have removed the soil, and in that sense, you have to now provide your plants with food and nutrients from another source. This is done with nutrient solutions using many of the products we sell right here in our store. This is what makes hydroponics different than soil, and it allows the user of the hydroponics system to really push their plants to the highest performance levels. You can adjust your nutrient solutions according to what your plants do and do not need, and this way you have a little bit more control over what the plants are and are not getting at specific times. Unlike in soil, where you put in so much food and nutrients, and the plants will then take it up more or less as they are able to. So there are quite a few benefits with hydroponics. One of the big ones is water conservation. Another big one is actual minimization of use of commercial standard nutrient programs, which tend to be high in salts. And if you continue to put these salts into the soil over a period of time, you actually end up killing the soil. And this is bad for many reasons. It becomes more difficult to grow crops in that soil over and over, especially in the current standard agricultural techniques where farmers are very often growing the same crop year after year. So you do not get, in hydroponics, you no longer have the issue of the degradation of the soil, because you are no longer growing in soil. Your growing medium is now inert, providing no nutrients themselves. All the nutrients, as I said earlier, comes from the nutrient solution that you as a hydroponic user would make up. So these are some of the benefits of hydroponics as opposed to growing in soil. As you see, Noelle is growing in what is considered a deep water culture system, and I'll explain this system a little bit more in depth. The way the deep water culture system works is that the plant roots themselves grow directly into the nutrient reservoir. Therefore, there are no active pumps moving water from point A to point B. This is beneficial in that you have less electricity and water in the same place. And it's also beneficial in that you don't have any potential for clogged lines. So these systems are relatively simple to start up and to continue on. But as with any hydroponic systems, if problems do start to develop, they can develop very quickly. And this is sort of true for any and every hydroponic system. And this is, again, because you are in control of the environment, you are in control of what the plant is feeding on, and if you're not providing the correct balance of nutrients, you can cause more problems, and the problems themselves can take longer to correct within the plant than the plant can then survive. So again, these are things to keep in mind when attempting hydroponics. But back on the deep water culture system, also referred to as DWC, just the initials, deep water culture. Again, they're very simple to set up. They require very basic components. You really just need a container and some kind of net cup for the plants to grow out. And essentially what happens is in that space you have a couple things going on. Actually, I'm going to take out a little bit of a demo for you right now. And so this right here is a snap top lid that fits on either 5 or 3 gallon buckets. And again, they're made specifically for that size rim, but they're very convenient. They're very nice, and they come in multiple sizes. This is a very large size, just good to show. And essentially, what's happening is this will sit on the bucket, and the bottom of the bucket will be about here. The plant roots will actually grow out of the holes and eventually down into that nutrient solution. And so when you fill up your bucket, which is your reservoir and container in one, you only actually, once you have a plant that has roots growing out of the bucket, out of the container, and into that water, you actually leave some airspace below that, but the bottom of that bucket. And what this does is this actually allows a zone of high oxygen levels, but also good moisture levels. There's still enough moisture in that air that the plant roots will stay moist and healthy. And oxygen is highly important to the health of plant roots as well. So this is always something to keep in mind when doing any hydroponic system. Your plant roots need oxygen. And so this is why you leave some space below the bottom of the bucket to give you a good zone of oxygen and a good zone of nutrient solution at the bottom. And this really leads to very active, very productive growth in hydroponic plants grown in deep water culture systems. So those are a very basic, simple system, not many moving parts, good for people who are trying out for the first time. Once you get the hang of the simple stuff, then you can move to much larger and more complicated systems. So, thank you very much for your time, Noel. I appreciate you coming in. We are the Greenbox Hydroponics. You can find us online at thegreenboxhydro.com, or look for us on Google or any search engine you may use. Take care. Enjoy the afternoon.
Thanks, Adam. And coming from you from the Green Box, enjoy. One love. Remember, stay green.